All right, we're joined by Luca Caputi, one of the Penguins' top prospects, coming off a tremendous season in junior and also with Wilkes-Barre. And Luca, talk about this season. As I talked to Dustin Jeffrey, it's kind of been a whirlwind for you guys. I mean, just a tremendous run both in juniors and in the AHL.
Yeah, for sure. From getting drafted last June to playing junior in Niagara and then getting called up and signed right after the season, it was just an unbelievable season for me as a player. I just learned so much, and it's really going to be a big summer for me, and I got to take everything I learned and hopefully implement it into camp when I come back.
Talk about, I guess focus back to this point last year when you first came to Pittsburgh and met everyone to where you are now. What did you do? I mean, what was that jump? It seemed like you really took your game to another level this season.
Like I said, it was just, even when I came here, it was such a learning experience, just being on the ice with pros, acting like pros, just knowing the way they dress and how they handle themselves in situations. And, I just honestly took that back with me, and I felt I got better because of it.
And your season this year, I mean, you set franchise records for scoring, goal scoring. You're among the junior leaders in scoring. I'm sure that was a thrill for you to go on that ride.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if you told me that I was going to score 50 goals at the beginning of the year, I would probably laughed at you. But, it was just, I got off to a good start, and I just kept staying with it, just even through the lows, just kept being confident and making plays, and I think I did that for the most part.
And how big is that, confidence? You mentioned confidence. How big is that for a younger player like yourself that's really developing and maturing into your game? I think that's probably the key, right?
I think that plays a huge role in any young player coming into a different situation, into a different level of hockey. You got to trust yourself, trust your game, and if you don't do that, you're not going to be successful. Coaches in Wilkes-Barre always told me that you're here for a reason, and play the way you played there, because that's why we have you here, and that's what I tried to do for the most part during the playoffs.
Yeah, and you mentioned Wilkes-Barre, and you made that jump to the AHL, the Calder Cup playoffs. What did that do for you? I mean, how much did that help you, and what did you learn from being in that experience?
I learned so much while I was in Wilkes-Barre. Really, time will only tell how much I learned and how much better I've gotten because of it. But to speak about it, I still can't even put it into words. The ride we went on, best group of guys I've ever been a part of. Just found ways to win, and even though we came up short, wow, that's all I can really say.
And that was such a long run for you guys. Now you're back here. Is this a starting point for you in terms of your summer conditioning, trying to get back into the groove?
Yeah, pretty much. I've been playing playoff hockey since March 16th, I think it was. So it's been a long year. I got time to rest last week. When I leave here, I'll probably take another week and then get right back at it. This is a big summer for me, and I feel I have a lot to prove when I come back to camp.
Was it nice making the jump to Wilkes-Barre with a guy like Dustin? I mean, you guys were teammates at one point, friends, both had great seasons, and then to go there and kind of experience it with someone that at least you knew from the get-go, I'm sure how nice that was. Very nice for you.
Yeah, for sure. He was my roommate on the road, and we lived in the hotel together, so just to have someone to talk to at night, when things weren't going so well, and when you need someone to talk to, he's there. And we've been, like you said, buddies since our first year as junior. We got drafted to the same team, so I think for the most part it helped both of us out a lot, just to have someone there that we knew and pretty much in the same situation.
And also nice to see some of your draft classmates doing well. It seems like everyone had a good year for the Penguins. Grant, Bortuzzo, Vio, some of these other guys. I mean, just a tremendous year all around.
And that's just testimony to the organization and how well they draft and how things are looking for the future here. I'm excited to be a part of it, and hopefully I can be.
Absolutely, and you talk about the Calder Cup playoffs, the Stanley Cup Finals too. So it just seems that it's a good time to be in the Penguins organization.
Oh, for sure. When your minor league team goes to the finals and your Stanley Cup or your NHL team goes to the Stanley Cup Finals, you're doing something right, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
And looking ahead to the training camp, what are you targeting? What do you want to achieve going into camp? Do you just want to keep improving, getting better, and say, hey, look, this is where I am now?
I think you pinned the nail on the head right there. When I come back, I'm just gonna try and keep proving myself every day. It's a learning experience every day for a young guy like me, and you learn something every day, something new. And when I come back, I still feel like I have a lot to prove, and I'm gonna try and do that.
You came so far in a year. How much more do you think you can go? I mean, do you think you can keep getting better and better?
Well, I think for any young guy, like, you're put into situations where you're gonna learn, like I said, every day, and the sky's the limit. Really, you control how far your career goes and how far and how much you want to learn. So, for me, I'm gonna come back, and I've never been in an NHL camp, so when I come back, it's gonna be another learning experience. Just to see Crosby and Malkin in person will help me out a lot. I already know it, and it's just gonna be fun.
Absolutely. Well, Penguins fans look forward to seeing how well Luca Caputi can do in training camp and beyond.